Welcome back to Hockey Night in Canada. The Rick Mercer Report is coming back on Tuesday. Rick travels to Canmore, Alberta to train with the Canadian women's biathlon team. An all-new Rick Mercer Report Tuesday at 8 on CBC. Time for the Hardest Shot competition, and it's taken on a different twist this year thanks to Zdeno Chara's challenge to raise money for charity. Chara's charity happens to be Right to Play, and he asked the other members of this competition to put up $1,000, so they did. So did their teams. So did the NHL. So, Elliot, as you join Zdeno Chara, there's 18 grand up for a charity in this event tonight.
And also, Jim, Zdeno Chara wanted to wear the Right to Play too. Got approval from the NHL to do it. 18,000 for your charity or one of the other 6 competitors' charity. Who's the favorite here in this event?
You know what? Either way, it's a win-win situation. I'm just very thankful that everybody got on the board, the players, the teams, the league, NHLPA. So either way, it's a win-win situation, so it doesn't matter who wins. The most important thing that it's for the good cause, and we got 24,000 actually going to winners charity.
All right, now, if you ask the other players, they will tell you the 2 top competitors are you and Sure, who had 106.7 in Edmonton recently. Can you beat 106.7 here?
That's going to be tough to beat. I'm not really sure, but we'll see. I mean, I'm going to do my best and make the best man win.
What do you think of the reception the Boston Bruins are getting from the Montreal crowd tonight?
Yeah, nothing less than what we expected.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Scott?
Elliot, thanks very much. Here's Sheldon Surrey. Sheldon, as Elliot just pointed out, everybody sees this as a showdown between you and Zdeno Chara, but of the rest, who would you pick as the dark horse?
Oh, I think anyone can win it, honestly, of all those shooters, but I like Weber. If you're picking a dark, I mean, I think Chara is still the king, but I like Weber. I like his chances.
As we pointed out in our pregame show, the goal for you is to try to reach the 106.7 that you did in the Oilers skill competition. Jeremy Roenick gave you some advice a while ago, but how to get the hardest, fastest shot off. What was it?
Well, he said just to shoot it low and right at the radar gun. So we'll see. Keeping it low is not the easiest thing for me to do. So
tell me how you tape your stick, because that's important to you.
Well, I like a really sticky shaft, and I just take it's called a rub stick that has the tape inside out, and I make it nice and sticky. I put the tape here for a little extra grip, and then I rub stick it again.
I gotta let you go because they're waiting to introduce you at center ice. Thanks, Sheldon. Jim.
Scotty also says that Zdeno Chara is the only guy in this competition, maybe in the league, who uses a stiffer shaft on his stick than Sheldon. There's some fan faves. Mike Komisarek is in this competition, and he said he just wanted to hit the net, and Carey Price is just thankful that he's not in the net for this competition.
Yeah, Carey gets to sit and watch now, and as the players, good connection with the fans. The amazing thing about Chara, Jim, is that stick is, as you mentioned, the longest in the league, and it's literally like a pole vaulting pole. I mean, it is so stiff that once he gets that flex, it just slingshots and adds so much velocity to it.
By the way, the extra 6,000 that bumped this from 18 to 24,000 for charity came from the NHLPA, so they matched the National Hockey League 6,000. As you see the competitors, and Zdeno and his Right to Play toque. That's an organization, naturally, an organization that uses sport and play programs to impact kids all around the world. It's an excellent organization. There are hundreds and hundreds of athletes becoming Right to Play activists. And here's the first shooter, Mark Streit, New York Islanders and former Montreal Canadian. He's about 30 pounds lighter and a little shorter than Surrey and Chara. He says he uses a 115 flex, and for you and I, that'd be very stiff, but it's whippy for Chara and Surrey.
And he's not able to get to that 100 miles an hour barrier. And you know, I think what Sheldon Surrey was talking about, where do you put the puck? If you look in the past, the majority of shots have just been off the ice. And at times when you go too high, it seems to take some velocity off.
Shea Weber can't get his first one quite to 100. Shea from Sycamores, BC, is having a real breakout season. He's a great shooter, and here's his second. There's a good mark to get it going. 103.4. 103 miles an hour for Shea Weber.
You know, it looked to me like he took a little bit more speed there, didn't he? He got a little more velocity in his skating, and that helped. A couple of hard strides, then he got it solid, and wow, it just whipped right off that blade. I mean, those quick strides got the speed he needed, and that one was about halfway up the net. So we'll have to see where players are going to shoot.
Mike Komisarek at 95.6. The record in this is 105.2. That was in 1993 here in Montreal, Al Iafrate, and he said he'd been to 106.9 in qualifying. And Mike won't make it. 98.5 is his second shot, so he doesn't quite get to 100. But he hit the net.
Yeah, he did what he wanted. There's your leader right now. But Vinny Lecavalier coming up next, as you see Komisarek's last one. And he'll get this reception from the crowd again.
Vinny with some speed. He's the only forward in the competition. His first shot, 96.6. Vinny says he uses 2 sticks a game. He has to because he takes so many face-offs. 97. So 103.4 for Shea Weber still has him in the leaders circle. As we get to the final two, the big boys. Vinny Lecavalier doesn't quite get to 100. First for Surrey.
He didn't get it. He looked like he got it in on his body there, Jim. He didn't have the extension that he normally does.
Check the flex on his stick. Here he goes again. 102.3. He still falls short of Shea Weber.
Now, looked a little bit like a quick backswing. I think of seeing him in the past really wind it up and crank it. And as you watch Chara here, see how high he gets that stick before coming down.
He's not going to come straight at it. Comes from an angle. 103.3, just short of Shea.
Look at that nervous look there. 0.1 of a mile per hour.
He's won it the last 2 years, and here's Zdeno Chara's final shot. 105.4. It took the last shot to unseat Shea Weber, and Zdeno Chara and Right to Play are the big winners of the Hardest Shot competition.
And a classy crowd, even though it's the Boston Bruins who are the winner, the fierce rivalry. With charity on the line, Chara does what he does so well. Just pounds that puck into the back of the net. He's gone to get his hat, and Shea Weber, look at that look. Yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen, didn't you?
105.4 makes Right to Play $24,000 richer thanks to the players in this event, the NHL, the teams of the players in this event, and the NHLPA. And it also sets a record. So Al Iafrate, who won in 1993 in Montreal, finally comes out of the skills competition record book thanks to this shot.
And he knew it right away. He had a good pace, stick high, and just pounded through with that bottom hand.
Well, let's go down and talk to the winner again. Here's Zdeno with Elliott.
Zdeno, that is a new All-Star game record, beating the previous mark of 105.2 held by Al Iafrate. Did you know you had it in you when you took that second shot?
I'll be honest with you, I didn't, but I did my best, and I'm really happy with the result. And like I said, I'm really happy that the money goes to charity. And thank you, Montreal. Thank you, guys. It was great. Thanks.
$24,000 for your favorite charity, Right to Play. Why is that charity yours?
Well, it's not mine. It's everybody's. And through the athletes, we like to donate some money and spread the message. And it's just a good cause, so I'm just really happy.
Thanks, Zdeno.
All right, thank you.
And finally, Jim, in Montreal, they cheer for a Boston player.